be afraid. Come on. You might come across some of your old friends. Oh, you're lonely now. I'll try to soothe. I'll play the blues for you.
Well, it is your half-assed reporter. And we're back on the Bowery. We're going to try to pop in here to the Hole. Had a very interesting group show we're going to take a look at. Stay tuned. And the show we're going to look at is Title IX, a sports-themed group show across their two galleries. I don't think the Tribeca Gallery is open today, but I'll try to cruise down and see. Well, I asked the gallerist at the desk if the downtown space was open today, and that's not open on Sundays. We'll come through and make our scan of the installation. I have people that ask me why I do this, and about 2 weeks ago I was in Matthew Marks, and the person at the desk was the registrar, and he was very excited about coming over to me and telling me he was a fan. And then he said, gosh, your videos are so helpful and important historically. He said that he's been working at the gallery. He's had people call in and ask about the placement of paintings and works of art in shows that happened 10 or 12 years ago, and what do they use to sort of figure out where everything was? They use the installation scan shots. This is Simone by Eric Yanker, 2021, oil on linen, 28 by 24 inches. Oh, also, I will point out that they've taped in some lines on the floor, so it looks like it could be a basketball court or a tennis court. Well, I'm not sure whether Eric was the artist or not, but I know that one of the artists that was included in the, I guess the 2018 Whitney Biennial, did a whole series of paintings based on grab screens from TV for the Olympics that featured Simone. Okay, this is Mattia Guarnera-MacCarthy, 1,590%. This is 2023. Acrylic and airbrush on canvas. This is 57 by 49. Well, I enjoy coming into the Hole. I can't say that every show that they have here strikes my fancy, but I think that they do represent a kind of, well, a couple of kind of aesthetics that they have. I think this is one of them, which is kind of very accomplished, very technically well done figuration. I don't want to call it illustration, but I've got a lot of people that are very technically accomplished. And the other one is kind of their childish, their children's themed stuff. Jake Troyley, offense wins games, defense wins championships. This is 2019 oil on canvas, 20 by 16 inches. Okay, so I'm looking at the flag in the background, and I guess I should also mention that today is the Gay Pride Parade. Maybe we'll get some clips of some of the scenes there. This is Gao Hang, Try Me, 2023, acrylic on canvas, 30 by 40 inches. Okay, well, I like the bold, blocky forms. And again, we've got the airbrush, neon colors. This makes me think of the, what was it? It was a Clint Eastwood movie when he was training some lady to be a boxer. Fay Sanders Swimmers 2, 2022. It's oil on canvas, 48 by 30. Well, I was talking about how I enjoy coming into the hole. So I've probably been popping in here for at least 10 years now, something like that. And, well, every year and a half or so, they do have usually have a large theme show. And I like that because you get a chance to see some of the young talent, people that have maybe not had one-person shows here, but are interesting enough that they're included. And then you get to see them in contrast with other artists, which is nice. I kind of like the way they kind of mash the two bodies together into this kind of diagonal fluorescent green stroke. This is also by Fay Sanders. Hamstring Stretch, 2020, oil on canvas. I think one of the group shows that I think they've done a couple of versions of, and I still get people posting comments on there, was it was post-analog art. I think they might have done a couple of versions of that. Okay, I need to stretch my hamstrings before I get out on the bike. And I've got a son that's a doctor of physical therapy, so I'm very concerned about proper stretching. Elena Redmond, Real Girls Playing Real Golf, 2023. Okay, so the Hole does these large shows, and well, they've got a nice press release that's got a lot of references to various things that are happening. Title IX, I think, was passed 40 years ago, something like that, maybe more, 50 years ago. And I guess it basically dictated that the women's sports programs were going to have to get as much money as men's sports programs, and it has encouraged, I guess, 10 times more inclusion for female athletes, but in the last couple of years they're finding out that there's some other issues that have evolved. I kind of like the serious political points that they're trying to make, but on the other hand, I think this is also just a good way of showing some interesting paintings. Rachael Bos, No Remorse 2022. This is only canvas 24 by 20. Okay, so I assume that's a volleyball player. See the net there? Okay, so they've built kind of a, what almost looked like a little exercise area in here. Maybe not. This is Andrea Bergart, Court Dance at Dusk. Acrylic on canvas, 73 by 60 inches. I was kind of looking at this and thinking that it made me think of Copley. And okay, so it looks like we've got some kind of a resist here. Laying our figures on the orange ground, and then we painting the checkerboard stuff on top. This is by Celia Croft, titled Andrea, pigment print on Hanuma Photo Rag Pearl 308. Okay, so we've got some works on paper by Kim Garza. I think we've come in and maybe covered shows that she might have had here or was included in shows. It's titled Marathon Runners Running 2023, acrylic on paper 24 by 18. And okay, it looks like there might be some layers of paper collaged in there. I kind of like her color sense. Short Swing 2023, acrylic on paper 24 by 18. Maybe she's a golf player. This is also by Kim Garza. Misaki Kawai, Windy Games, 2023. It's 47 by 59. There's a sculpture by Max Heiges, Oh, I get it. So this is like a dumbbell rack. Max has done some very interesting versions of the dumbbells. Oh, I kind of like the allusion to the cube pieces. That's nice. Ricardo Partida, Raspberry Chapstick 2023. Oil on canvas 48 by 60. Well, I'm seeing a lot of paintings recently where young artists are using a fluorescent ground or a near fluorescent ground to start laying in their paint on, and okay, I think that's what Ricardo's done here with a kind of fluorescent pink. Evgen Čopi Gorišek, One Shot 2022 acrylic spray paint and oil stick on linen, 59 by 47. Well, yeah, more spray paint. I do like the way these gloves are rendered. It's kind of nice, the Everlast. Julius Hofmann, Die Tennisspielerinnen. This is acrylic on canvas, 75 by 47. Okay, so this is kind of rendered in a sort of pixelated form like you would see in some kind of a computer game. Oh, I kind of like some rugged handling there. I'm always sympathetic to the presence of the hand, the paw. Okay, they were talking about how the most important feature of this is the shaved pubes. Here are a couple of pieces by Ellen Hanson. Swimmers 2 2023 oil and charcoal on jersey. 15 3/4 by 15 3/4. Okay, this is kind of nice, light but well articulated figure painting, and I kind of like the distortions. Swimmers number 1. By Ellen Hanson. Okay, this paint almost has the sense of being swept, kind of swiped like some of the early Gerhard Richter realist paintings. Okay, we're going to go with Olivier Souffrant, The Birth of Sharena, Till Dawn, 2023, acrylic oil stick and archival CMYK ink on canvas 72 by 60. Okay, so I guess the archival CMYK would indicate that some of this is printed, and then he's painted over the top of some of this. And actually, for some reason, maybe it's the color, maybe it's the composition. I was thinking from a distance, this made me think of a Georges Braque still life. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on there. And I would say that this kind of represents a lot of the high-tech, computer-assisted work that many of the artists that the whole shows deal with. Okay, this is a fun piece. Noel W Anderson, Lats to the Kin, 2021-2023, picked and stretched cotton tapestry with photo objects and laser cut basketball leather. Okay, I kind of like the intermingling of the various technical things. I wonder if this was computer-generated tapestry, and then Noel went in and pulled out the threads and added in the laser-cut basketball pieces. Okay, so in that way I like it. We've got the very high-tech computer stuff, and then we've got someone going in and disrupting it with the funky hand pulling threads out of here. This is also by Noel W Anderson. I Can't Seem to Get Moving, 2023. Picked and distressed stretched cotton tapestry with photo objects and laser cut basketball leather. This is a big piece. This is 100 by 74 inches. Okay, I like this. So it's kind of writing the boundaries between fabric art, textile art, computer-assisted work. Almost has the graphic quality of street art or graffiti. And then we've also got the attached collage elements. Okay, here's a sculptural installation by Felandus Thames, Motion in the Ocean, number 2, 2021 to 23. Basketball rims, metal soldering, and powder coating. Okay, we've got our little foul lines taped in on the floor. Okay, so we've probably got about 15 or 20 basketball rims that have been cut out and joined together in swooping waves. So I guess you don't know what's inside, what's outside. I know that David Hammonds has done some great pieces dealing with basketball rims. I think there was one piece that I got a kick out of it. He had a basketball rim that the standard was something like 25 feet in the air. Okay, well, these are very nicely fabricated, and the white powder coating is nice. So I like the shadows. Nikko Washington, The Warrior 2023, acrylic on canvas, boxing gloves, 40 by 40. Okay, the empty stretcher bar is always an interesting trope. I think the first time I saw that was Francis Baccabi about 1918. And okay, there's a lot of boxing gloves in this show. Maybe that's a reference to the ongoing battles, social conflicts. Alvin Armstrong, accordion, 2023, acrylic on canvas, 72 by 60. Okay, and I like the little squibs of kind of pale oranges have dribbled off the fingernails. We're going to finish up looking at some sculpture. These are by Didi Rojas. It's titled The Feminine Urge to Encompass Multitudes 2023 Ceramic, 9 by 16 by 6.5 inches. Oh, that's interesting. I actually was looking at these and thinking that they might have been made out of leather. Didi gets a nice surface there. I like the matte surface. The swoop is nice. And this one is, you could literally sprint anywhere if you really wanted to. Six and a half by 11 and a quarter by 4. Well, Didi could also have a part-time job as a shoe designer. She's got some talent there. James Kalm reporting on Title IX here at the Hole. We may get down to see the other part of the show, or maybe not. Viewers, we have slid down the Bowery to East Rebecca, and we're going to run into the satellite hole. Wendy White.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see
You got a piece in the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is it down here? 2.
Yeah.
I'll keep my eyes open. Congratulations. Okay, so this is Title IX Part 2. Start with this sculptural piece. It's by Royal Jarmon, titled Pastime Pyramid, 2018 to 2023. Found baseballs over plaster. I'd actually like to try to throw a knuckleball with one of these. Mattia Guarnera-MacCarthy, Dig Deep 2023. Acrylic and airbrush. On canvas, this is 59 by 47. Okay, probably the hand gesture is one of the most interesting parts of the piece. Well, they've mixed up the picture here with what they have on the list. The other one is up at the other gallery, but I assume this is by the same artist, Gao Hang, and I think it's probably about the same size, 30 by 40 inches. It's also acrylic on canvas, and they don't say airbrush, but looks like airbrush. And again, we got some nice kind of brusque, cubistically chopped out figures, and yeah, fluorescent colors. Jeremy John Kaplan, Dawn at Perseus. Okay, so yeah, this refers to the sculpture Perseus killing the, what was it, the snake-headed goddess? Perseus. This is 43 by 27. Kennel type on cotton in artist's frame. And was that a Bernini sculpture? I forget. Okay, so this is Royal Jarmon, to be titled 2023 acrylic on leather over wood. This is 15 by 15 by 15. And, well, that relates to that piece. Kind of like the, I prefer the actual baseball skins to this kind of simulated baseball skin. Kristine Moran, Madcap Swimmers After Kelly, 1, 2021, oil and acrylic on linen. Well, I covered one of Christina's shows at the Hole a couple of years ago, and I was actually looking at these and thinking that they were abstract, and then someone actually pointed out that what we're looking at is a close-up of a row of swimmers with their little eye goggles on and various colored swim caps. Oil and acrylic on linen. This is 60 by 48. So these are the two pieces by Wendy White, who we bumped into on the way in here. Billie Jean, Pressure is a Privilege, 2023 acrylic and inkjet on canvas. Dye Bond, 72 by 60. And Martina, circa 1980, retitled 2019 acrylic on canvas, dye bond, 72 by 60. I should probably read a little excerpt from the press release that goes into a little bit of this subject of these paintings. Title IX, currently in the news, with respect to gender identity, in the last 2 years, at least 18 states have introduced or passed laws to ban transgender and non-binary students from competing in sports. The Biden administration has proposed amendments which have divided the athletic community. Wendy White paints the debate depicting Billie Jean King, who proudly supports the inclusion of trans athletes, as well as Martina Navratilova, who is champion women's sports, yet opposes the inclusion of the trans athletes. The struggles and stereotypes, trends and triumphs we see play out in sports reflect what we see at scale in the arena of the everyday. Like in sports, there are opposing sides, unfair advantages, and obstacles to participation. There's also much to celebrate, victory laps to be had, and pride to be taken. Sheena Rose, Focus 2022, acrylic on canvas 42 by 48 inches. Okay, this is kind of funny. Hamish Chapman, Over the Top, 2023, oil on canvas 39 by 49. Okay, so I guess we're looking at a tennis player, someone concentrating on the serve coming at them. But again, in formalist terms, we've got kind of a geometric abstraction with symmetry. And they've kind of strung that in a framework of a goofy cartoon figuration. This is also Hamish Chapman. Balls with Kirby grip. (2023) 39 by 30. I don't know, maybe the Kirby grips are some kind of hair clips, something? I don't know. So I've got a group of photos by Laura Nova, individual poses. These are 24 by 39. Well, I don't know what the backstory is here, but I imagine that this could be some well-known athlete. They're kind of doing their stretching exercises. It's a nice grouping. Almost has the sense of letters from an alphabet or something. Okay, so I've got a couple of watercolor and pencil pieces by Evgen Čopi Gorišek, untitled. This is 12 by 10. Interesting, it's the sneakers, the most highly colored and articulated forms in the piece. It's also untitled. Watercolor and pencil on paper. It's 10 by 7. Let's go in the back room. I guess they've got this stalled now, but it's by Quinci Baker, titled The Hindrance, Venus 2022, video installation, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. This is another piece by Quinci Baker, titled Represent One, inkjet collage, pony beads, acrylic and on cradled wood panel. Pony beads, okay, that's a new one for me. Quinci Baker, Represent 2, 2023, inkjet collage, pony beads, acrylic on cradled wood panels. These are 24 by 30. Rachael Bos, C. Everett, 2023. Oil on canvas, 32 by 42 inches. Oh, that's a very nicely rendered tennis outfit. This is a piece by Felandus Thames. Either you slung crank rock or you got a wicked jump shot, 2023. Hair beads on coated wire and aluminum rod. Okay, so I guess this kind of relates to the pony beads. The whole is proud to present Title IX, a sports-themed group show across our 2 New York galleries, Bowery and Tribeca, curated by Charlotte Grüssing. The exhibition's title references the policy that requires educational institutions to treat all sexes and gender identities equally, widely known for its impact on the expanding opportunities for women and girls in sports. While celebrating women and historically excluded groups in sports, the exhibit highlights both Title IX's impacts and shortcomings, while more broadly exploring the politics, pleasures, and power of sports. And I think we're going to end up looking at this piece by Jansson Stegner, Melissa, 2017, oil on paper, 30 by 22. I think Jason is a pretty good draftsperson. And I like the representation of the colored hair. Also, I'm getting a little echo of John Kearns. It's a little provocative eroticism. So this has been James Kalm reporting on Title IX here at The Hole. You can like this, share, subscribe, link it up to all your social media sites, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, reviews, and suggestions below. We just ask you to say, as always, thank you, Kate. She's a good sport. Whoa.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.